Ciao Juventini of the world, we are back. We are back. I'm sorry I was late. I needed a bit of time, guys. I needed a bit of time. Let me know if you hear me, if you see me. Uh, I am full of water. I celebrated for the goal of Cristiano Ronaldo. That was disallowed at the last second. Mamma mia. I for that. I am I am pissed off. I am pissed off. Maybe I will have a guest, maybe not, to take a talk about the game. Give me a few seconds. I was on Juve. I did a pre-game. I did the whole game live alone. I went crazy, guys. I went crazy. This one is on Chesney. It's on Chesney. You can't defend. What can you defend? We threw away an amazing first half. We threw it away, that first half. I don't understand how you can throw away these 45 minutes. 45 minutes of beautiful football, vertical football, intelligent football. You do one mistake and you start shitting in your pants. Allegri did really great to prepare the game, to play the first half, to confuse the minds of Udinese. Without Cristiano Ronaldo, without Federico Chiesa, he got all of them. The right change, and probably he made the mistake that Sarri made. The mistake that Sarri made the first time when there was the possibility to make 5 subs and Sarri made all of them at the same moment. 3 of them, immediately, 3 of them. Or was it Pirlo? I don't remember. 3 subs immediately, and we were totally confused. We have Alessio together with us. He will join. He will probably calm me down a bit because Alessio is my great friend that was always with me on JB World. Alessio,
Hi, Giuseppe.
are you able to calm me down? I don't know if you will be able to.
First of all, it's a pleasure to see you again in a live, and I was missing our lives. And what to say? It's incredible, unbelievable. This match. I would like to calm you down, but I need to calm myself down first. It's a strong disappointment. Always for the same thing we were talking about the last year. If you remember, we were talking about mentality, we were talking about the attitude, and we just wasted 2 points on a lack of attitude because this is not the right behavior. We paid very bad a couple of mistakes from our goalkeeper, from Chesney. Also on the penalty, I think he could have helped that the ball, kept the ball. So I think it's a double mistake. Plus, we were very unlucky with the 2 posts. The first one from Morata, the other one from Bentancur. So we were also very unlucky. But the second half, actually, we got back too easily, maybe too early. And on the 2-1, I was expecting more aggressivity and more will to go close the match. On the 2-1, you have to go close the match and score the third one and then to control it. And I felt in the last 35 minutes we were never in control.
No, no. Ron, my great friend Ron, thank you for the donation, Ron. He's saying Chesney needs to do better. Too many missed chances in the end. This sucks. Did he recap the game in one sentence, or do you think we have to see other points of what we missed? Because there is a lot of things that we have to discuss. I believe also, Alessio, beautiful things, especially in the first half.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget how good we did in the first half, but also how bad we did in the second. So Chesney, a lot on him. Individual, because both of them are individual mistakes. The first one of the penalty, it's his mistake. He could have done better, but it's something that happens. The second one is a disaster. The second one is a disaster.
The second one is a total disaster. Also because, I mean, Allegri's motto, right? When you cannot play the ball short, just kick it away. You don't have to risk the play there. You're 2-1. You're leading 2-1. Why do you have to risk that play? Just kick it away. I agree with you. There were a lot of good stuff during the game. I saw a very organized team in the first half. it was incredible to look them playing, and I was really surprised by Dybala. I think he was the best of the first half.
Oh
He
yeah.
was always available in between the lines. He played very well. He had vision. He had the last pass. It was incredible. It was really incredible. But all the team was very organized when we were basically setting up with a 4-3-3 and defending with a 4-4-2.
Mm.
I think in the second half we kind of panicked a little bit. It's weird to associate this word to Juventus. But when we passed to the three-man defense line, when Chiellini went on, I think we got a little bit too confident that the game was in our hands. Okay, Chiellini is on. We're playing with the three-man defense line. Let's just play some football here, and this is the mistake.
Let me read a
I,
few comments from the people in the chat as well, and then we can comment on them. So I have three important messages. I will read the three of them and then we will analyze them. So Abba is saying tech was a disaster, more important midfield disaster. For 30 minutes, wait, and let me try to read. For 30 minutes in, where is the message? Okay, in the second half, our MF3 was Danilo, Kulu, Bentancur. We had zero control and can't string two passes. So that's really quite, for me, I understand it. I totally understand it, but that remains to the point that we said that we were totally unorganized. Ninib instead is saying calma guys, fino alla fine. I really love that message. That's an important message. And then we have Tariq that is taking back the words of Buffon before leaving Juventus. In press conference was saying real fans should not blame the team if it faces the first difficulties. If I support Juventus, then best throughout the season, not just until February. Buffon 2021. So these were the famous words of Buffon where he said that he lacked the support of a lot of fans. And today when I was on Juventus after the first mistake, it was really blaming. After the second, it was even worse. And from an amazing Juventus winning 4-0, 5-0, the predictions of the people at half, we went to it's a shit team, we are bad, nearly, because that was not said, but nearly an Allegri out. But we already started with Morata out, Kulusevski out, and Szczesny out. So these are the three big message. An organization, and if I can add something, and to answer also the comment, the difference with Pirlo, at least how I felt it is, and give me right or wrong, Alessio, when we entered from the locker room, we didn't look lost. Where with Pirlo, I had the feeling from the moment you entered from the locker room in the second half, we were lost. That was not the case. I think we lost it. We lost security and we were not able to react when we conceded the penalty. And especially when the second penalty was not given.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. This is one of the big differences. Today we have seen a lot of differences with respect to the Pirlo's management. For sure, when we came back in the second half, I think we suffered from the opposite of what you were describing. With Pirlo, we were too scared. Here we came back too confident. I think we came back on the pitch that we were at that conviction of having already won, the match. Like, okay, it's done, guys. This was the big mistake. Also, I think that in the second half, when things were going not very well, we didn't have the calm to organize a proper action. We were kind of rushing to reach the opponent box like as soon as possible. But sometimes you have to keep calm, moving the ball, to hold the ball possession, to have a good ball possession, and then to organize a good action. Look at the goal of the 3-2 that was denied for offside. You move the ball, you attack very well the box. Sometimes, if you attack less but you organize yourself better, you can be more dangerous than just attacking with long balls. And I had the feeling that in the last 10, 12 minutes, we're just throwing the ball ahead because we didn't know what to do. It's true. Kulusevski looked a bit lost, but also Chiesa was a bit out of shape. But you know what? when things are going bad, all the team looks much worse than it actually is. So I can understand from supporters that there is a lot of bad feelings at the end of this match. But of course, we have to trust Allegri. We have to trust the team. I think we have a very good, solid team. And in August, it's always too early to point out any conclusions. So let's keep calm.
So
Let's
actually
trust
what Mohamed
Allegri
is saying, Mohamed is saying, calma, we may start with issue, it's okay. We need stability and time to adopt the new formation. We need less media nows. So I'm speaking of media, papers and so on, but also especially supporters. On the other hand, Enlightened Bus, and thank you guys for all the donation, guys, you are amazing. Even when we are losing some points, you are still there. He's saying, I support Juve. That's why I do not accept irresponsible behavior. Szczesny should be placed on the transfer list and take 2 weeks from his payroll. So Enlightened Buzz is really angry with Szczesny, and probably correctly so, because we are trying to find someone to blame. I have a question, because I know that you are a big Allegri fan. I want to go back to the first press conference of Allegri this year, when everyone was saying to him, you were the GOAT of the subs. You will be even bigger with 5 subs. And he said, wait, because I will probably not use all of them immediately, because otherwise I will do casino. I will do crazy things, because I don't know how to use them. Today he used 3 when we were doing 2-1. Do you think he made the same mistake? He did the mistake of unorganizing the team because of lack of experience of 5 subs?
I think this is a very good point, Giuseppe. I had the same feeling. 3 substitutions altogether. I'm always against this kind of adjustment. I had the feeling that we were missing something ahead. So I agree with Ronaldo on, but Ronaldo, Kulusevski, and Chiellini, if I remember correctly, altogether. Because this is a good point. 3 subs altogether, but also the change of formation, because we passed from the 4-3-3 to the 3-4-3, let's say.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of change altogether. We have to say also that we've got very, very unlucky. Yeah. Because if we did the 3-1, this is always the comments after the match, of course, and we are biased by the events. But we don't have to forget that we got 2 posts. And one with Morata. They played a bad match, in my opinion, but it was a bit invisible. Despite he tried to play with the team, it was a bit invisible. I think it was a little bit out of shape. But if he scored with a header, we would have been talking now about a completely different match. And we don't have to forget this. Coming back to Allegri, yes. I think he needs some experience also on this. This is something new for him. 5 substitutions are completely a different story with respect to the 3 ones. And for example, I think that Gotti, I want to make compliments to Gotti, because I think they interpreted very, very well all the moments of the match. And I think he did the substitutions every time it was really needed. Despite with Allegri, I think it was, I don't know, for example, we were suffering a little bit in the ball transmission in the midfield. And for example, I would have tried to put Locatelli on a little bit earlier, maybe, because I think it's acceptable. It's true that we have different opinions about substitutions, and with 5 substitutions, we're talking about the 50% of the team. It's a completely different story.
I want to balance also to the and we will speak about the shit thing today. We will even speak more about the shit things, but I want to balance a bit to the positives, because Mohamed is giving me, I prefer facing issues in the first few games and learn from our mistakes now than later in the season. We showed power today. And personally, I agree. I didn't expect Juventus to be that good in the first half, because we played really well. And that was a tactical masterpiece of Allegri, to surprise Udinese, because they were expecting a Ronaldo, a Chiesa. He changed them. He didn't even let them enter. Not saying that they were the best or not the best. We are not speaking about the player now. We are speaking about the surprise effect, where Udinese couldn't react. So it showed that we have diverse option to play with different men. And he was really great in that. And then we go to the second half with where actually Ronaldo, to me today, he didn't play well because the first one he missed it completely, and then he scored an amazing goal that's Cristiano Ronaldo's power, the power to save and to score in the important moment, because he did his job at the end. He scored the 3-2, that offside, okay? But I understand why Allegri didn't play Ronaldo when I see the form he had in the second half. But I noticed a lot of beautiful things like power, verticality, velocity, not giving points to the opponents to know where to mark our players, because Dybala was unmarkable in the first half.
Exactly, it was everywhere.
If it's not for 2 individual mistakes, we are here to comment an amazing Allegri, an amazing Juventus, and even an amazing third shirt, because everything was perfect. I agree with all the beautiful things that I saw. And in the chat, if you are able, I know it's the post game of a 2-2 with an emotional roller coaster effect. I know that. But if you are able in the chat also to give us the surprise, the positive things that you saw, I would be happy if I can pinpoint some positive notes as well, like Mohamed and the other. What about you, Alessio? The positive things.
One of them, I think, I like to always analyze the positive things. There is always one rule that they tell you when you study to be a coach, like, do not focus on the negative things at the end of the match. Just think about them the day after. So let's say that I like to focus more on the positive things. And today we saw an amazing Dybala, always available between the lines. I was really surprised by him. But I want to raise other 2 points, in my opinion, that were incredible. One of them is Juan Cuadrado. What a player is Cuadrado. Cuadrado played an amazing first half.
Yeah.
Amazing. He was really incredible, and personally, I prefer as a right winger than a fullback. This is my personal taste. I just prefer him to be more offensive than defensive, and in that position, I think he's devastating, and he was devastating today. Also, the goal that Cuadrado scored was a masterpiece. Was really a masterpiece. With his body, he always brings you to the wrong direction, and then he moves the ball afterwards, and always pulls you in any possible way. So Cuadrado for sure. And another guy that I liked a lot in interpreting this new role of mezzala and left midfielder when we're defending is Bernardeschi. I think that Bernardeschi today played a good first half. So I want to say this point because I particularly like Bernardeschi. I know that Bernardeschi is not one of the favorite players of Juventus fans, but I think that as a mezzala, the shift to the left to be a left midfielder, he can do very well. He's doing very well, and today he did well. Other positive things, I think Ramsey can be a good backup in that position.
But not a starter.
He did like a normal, not a starter, a backup in my opinion. So we're waiting for Locatelli, for the best Locatelli to deploy him there. And the defense at the end was okay. I think De Ligt, Bonucci, all of them look a little bit out of physical shape. I think this is normal. Especially in the second half, if you notice, also Szczesny, technically speaking, is not such a bad goalkeeper not to be able to hold the ball. There were other situations in which he received the ball in front of him, he just missed it, and he had to catch it with 2 touches. It happened like a few times in the second half. I think these are two. Yeah, I think these are 2 things. First of all, lack of concentration. And second of all, so the mental one, but second of all, also the physical one. And physically speaking, we basically witnessed two different games from the first to the second half. The first half we were running so well.
But I would put it.
Anytime.
I would put the second half if we go towards the negative point. But first I will read the comment of Abai. And again, thank you, Abai. We're saying even if we won, the second half was still poor. too many changes causes disruption. Midfield balance not there. Chiesa must play closer to the goal, not right wing back. It's true that at a certain moment I was really watching and Chiesa was really down in terms of positioning on the field. But I think it's not because Chiesa wanted to play there. It's because Udinese took the control mentally of the game and they believed that they could do 2-2 or even at a certain moment win the game instead of us winning the game. And due to the fact that they were pressing, we had to drop down with 5 defenders because we played with 3, De Ligt, Bonucci, Chiellini, and from the moment that you have the possession, you're starting to go up. From the moment that they have the possession, like they did because they had more possession as us in that second half, they were pushing. That makes that Chiesa couldn't stay up. He had to drop down, and that's, I believe, one of the problems of unorganization of the team. I said it. That for me, there are 3 factors. 3 factors on the team why we lost on that loss. The first one is Allegri doing 3 big changes at the same time, changing all the team. I had some difficulties to understand how we would play. I didn't know.
Yeah, the same.
I was like,
Exactly.
how are we playing? Because I saw Danilo still right back while actually he was playing as a number 6. So I was like, how are we playing? That's one. Second thing is individual mistakes of the team, of Szczesny. And the third thing is old phantasmi,
Ghost.
old ghost from last season that came back, where mentally we were scared, because last season a lot of time we were scared when we were conceding a goal and we were blocked and we were frozen and we couldn't do anything. These are the 3 things: Allegri subs, individual mistake of Szczesny, and mentally scared.
Yeah, totally agree on that. Let's say that, speaking with the top of honesty, I think that the most dangerous one is the mentality. Because on the individual mistakes, it can happen. Maybe it was a bad day and that's it. But the mentality is the most important thing. The big step that we need to do this season is on the mental point of view. Doesn't matter if you deploy 4-3-3, 3-4-3, these are just numbers. But it's the mentality. This is just the first game. Now we don't have to be pessimistic because we did a 2-2. In the same way in which we shouldn't have had the sensation of we're the strongest team of the world just because in the first half we dominated Udinese. In the same way in which we don't have to think that Inter is now unbeatable because yesterday they did 4-0. So you always have to reach an equilibrium in your evaluations, so to understand that the moments of the seasons are different. This is just the beginning. And for us, is a big change. We underwent 3 different big changes in the last 3 years in terms of mentality of the coaching staff, going through Sarri, Pirlo, and now Allegri. It's not easy for the players.
I've put a vote, a poll, where I say recap of today. Do we see more positives or more negatives? I will not tell you the result at the moment. I will just ask your opinion. Where do you vote? It's hard, huh? But if
Very hard.
You can, if you want to, you can even give me a percentage. How many positive and negative.
I would like to say 65% positive.
Okay.
35% negative. Because now we are too angry. So the emotions do not count. We have to analyze the game. And for 60 minutes, you were in control.
And 35% negative is still a lot of things to work on, but more positive than negatives. The chat is saying at the moment, more positives, 43% are voting, 57% are giving more negatives. So even if, for me, it's a loss. If you do 2-2 versus Udinese, it's not a draw, it's a loss. Okay? But even with the loss, we see a quite balanced chat. I was expecting 75, So I'm quite happy with quite happy. No, I'm not happy today. I can't be happy because it's a disaster. If you do 2-2 versus Udinese after leading 2-0. Because, last year it was 1-0 for Udinese. We come back at the 83rd with Cristiano, 89th, Cristiano Ronaldo make the double, we win, and it's a total different story. Today we are winning 2-0.
Yeah, but see how the result changes everything. In that game, we didn't play at all for 75, 80 minutes.
It's true.
But just because you drew and then you won, you have a certain memory of that game. You say, amazing, we won 2-1, great sensations, great Cristiano Ronaldo. But for 75, 80 minutes, they were completely in control of the game. Today, if I have to look from the performance point of view, I have to analyze the 90 minutes. And in the 90 minutes, I saw a lot of more improvements with respect to the past season. I know it's 2 points that have been wasted today. We don't have to fool ourselves. 2 points wasted. And not even to mention, Beppe, at the end, they were going to score the 3-2. At the end, they could have scored the 3-2. It would have been a complete disaster there. So, it's football. It's based on episodes. As I said at the beginning, if Morata put in the header, we're talking about a different game.
There is Chris that is sending me a link actually that I will try to check, and I will wait. So I will copy the link, and I will try to show it on Twitter, guys. Let me check how I can do that. Can I do it? Don't go too fast. But meanwhile that I'm putting the page, Alessio, what about Morata? Because people were not happy with his performance. I know that you like Morata more than I do. But Morata should start on the bench. Do you agree with the people in the chat? And I will try to find, meanwhile, the link that they sent.
Beppe, yes, meantime you're looking for the page. I should say to AG that Morata is actually the only number 9 that we have. So we have 2 options. Either we deploy Dybala, Ronaldo, and maybe Ronaldo a little bit on the left, Dybala false 9, as we saw in this preseason. This preseason we saw a 4-3-3 with Dybala in the middle, but very interchangeable, so it's very hard to define. Or if you want a true number 9, you have to play Morata. I think that Morata, and in general, all the players that are coming from the European Cup, need more time to recover in terms of physical shape. Morata was evidently out of physical shape today. It was really, really visible when he was running after the ball. He was reacting always that half second late. It was so visible looking at him running after the ball, or following with a pass or receiving a pass. It was a little bit delayed all the time. I think that Morata is a very good striker, is a modern striker, is a kind of striker that we need. But in terms of starting from the bench, look at Cristiano Ronaldo today. It was even worse than him.
It's true.
I'm not scared to say that. It's the truth.
No, it's true. Cristiano Ronaldo scored an amazing header, but don't forget, a few minutes before he missed a header because he put it off the post. And except of these 2, I didn't see him involved at all, because that's what I was saying in the beginning of the Juventus Twitch channel, when I was surprised as well that Cristiano didn't start. And I started receiving some question, and I said, when you have a small physical, like Dybala, Douglas Costa, Giovinco, just to explain a bit, the body, you are going, and it's physical, faster in condition that players that needs more. And that's why I said, like Ronaldo probably needs a bit more time to be back. And if you look at the story of Ronaldo with Real Madrid and so on, it's really a diesel that is growing towards the weeks, the months, to be at the top in a few weeks, but never at the start. Last season was really a miracle, because last season was a really strange season without preseason. They had no holiday, so he was still in that running, and that's why he was incredible in the and the same as Morata. Remember Morata last season in the beginning of the season?
Yeah, at the beginning it was incredible. It was killing.
Because it was a season where they had no stop, when they started again immediately, and probably that's why they were doing well. So I'm not surprised to see both of them out of condition, not able to play. The positives of Abai, and guys, thank you really. You're saying Dybala mojo is back. Grande panita, solid defense, and very dangerous offensive transition in the first half. I trust the team and Allegri. Abai was commenting and giving a lot of negative comments, correct analysis of the game before. But I'm happy also to see the ability to understand the positives that we had. Because, as we said together with Alessio, it was not only shit or difficulties today. We saw beautiful things. I will continue to read some messages. The one of Zaccaria. They saying the midfield is still tuning. Locatelli just arrived. No McKennie and Rabiot today. Plus, maybe, eventually, Pjanic is coming back. It is just the first game. I want to speak about that, but I will first pin also the message of Mohamed. And guys, today you are amazing. From all the other teams' performance, I think we should not be worried too much with the draw. Allegri always started slowly. I remember the season 15-16 where it was dramatic. Here we saw beautiful football. So if we analyze all the comments of the people, also with the positive and so on, I want to go back also to Zaccaria, who's saying it was not even our midfield. Because that's the question. From the three men that we had today...
You read my mind. I just wanted to talk about that.
Bernardeschi did good. Ramsey. And Bentancur, I was happy until he had some power. Because he's playing it again in that mezzala role. In the three-man midfield.
Beppe still on Bentancur, so and so. Bentancur was really good.
I will launch a poll about Bentancur. I will launch it to understand.
In my opinion, Bentancur was really good where we were attacking. But off the ball, when we were defending, it was a little bit still, I don't know, clumsy. I've noticed that he made some falls when it was not needed. A little bit delayed. It was, the things that we saw the past year with Bentancur playing the two-man midfield. They was always a little bit late, making too many falls and stuff like that. I don't know. Tonight, Bentancur gave me a very good sensation when we were attacking with very good mezzala movements, attacking the space. But when we were defending, I think still the right word maybe is unfocused. I noticed that Bentancur was one of the most unfocused players in the first half, defending-wise.
He tried 2 times to shot on target. I believe that it's already 2 times more than last year. In
exactly.
one game.
That's a good statistics. Yeah.
I think. Pirlo asked him to shot on goal. Difficult. This year, he immediately started with Allegri to shot on goal. I saw it already in preseason in some friendlies. I see today, unlucky. Today, really unlucky. I asked the chat to give a vote to Bentancur. I gave between 7, 6.5, 6 or 5.5. How many would you rate him in these 4 scores?
In these 4 scores, I would say 6, just because he got the post.
You are really disgusting.
And
you are disgusting with Bentancur. It's my boy.
No,
6
I
is...
know.
I would give him 6.5, but
6.5. Okay, we can give. No, actually, he made the assist on the first goal.
Also,
he made So 6. Yeah, you convinced me. I forgot about the.
You see.
The first goal. You're right, because in the first action of the goal, he does a very nice long pass, opening the play with a long ball on the flank, on the right flank, for Cuadrado, and then he attacks the space and receives the ball from Cuadrado. And by the way, amazing no-look pass from Cuadrado, and he made an amazing assist. Again, as I said, you're right. He played very well in when we were attacking, but I think that. In possession, but out of possession, I was a little bit disappointed by him. That's why I said 6. But actually, 6.5 maybe is much better, because if he scored on that shot, now we were saying amazing Bentancur. So we owe him this.
There is a Arman, who's saying, I don't support your view this time, Beppe. But that's the nice thing, Arman. I'm happy also that Alessio is there, because sometimes we have also different views on some topics, even if last year we were really a lot aligned on Juventus together. But that's the nice thing on the channel. I am not right in everything I say. If I was always right, probably I would be the coach of Juventus. I am not always right. Sometimes I have really bad takes and sometimes good. It's good to not support my views. Not always. Sometimes support me. But it's good to not support as long as we are super polite on the channel, educated. That's what I like. I don't like the comments like El Maestro that is really pushing everyone to say altogether Szczesny out. Today Szczesny was a drama, and probably I will give him a 3 because he saved the third goal.
Yeah, it's very bad, but actually it's true. Yeah, let's say 4. Let's say 4. but yeah.
But am I here after one game to say Szczesny out, starting with that propaganda? I'm not a big fan. Then I respect, but I prefer the home of Juve comment who's saying Forza Juve, it's only the first game. But we can't say that for too long, because the first game is the first game. Then we have Empoli.
The next one will be the second one.
And don't forget, after the international break, you know the games, Alessio? Napoli in their home, Milan in our home.
Milan.
After the internet,
really
after.
It's really, yeah. We have to be prepared. But honestly speaking, I understand the anger of the chat and the anger of the supporters. And as you said before, that's the most beautiful thing about football. There is no one truth.
Absolutely.
It's impossible to define one truth. And that's the most important thing to understand, that there are different views, but maybe all of them are correct, because, different perspectives can describe the same event in the same way, just different angles. And this is fine to me. What I don't like is when supporters start to say X out, Y out, Z out. I think we should always support our team. We should criticize them. We have the right to criticize them.
Of course.
We have the right to praise them when things go well, when things goes wrong. But guys, this is the first game of the season. But also, if it was the last game of the season, we have to keep supporting our players. Every Juventus player is our player, and we need to support them. So go Szczesny. I'm sure that the next one he will do very well.
I have the final result for Bentancur. 33% said 6.5. That's the winner. 26 said 6, 25 said 5, and 15% said 7. I will end that one, and I will tell you the ratings of Romeo Agresti on the total team, and we will also see if they also put 6.5 on Bentancur. So Szczesny,
can I guess 3?
Romeo is harsh. Romero is always harsh with it, but it's always. It's not today. It's always 3 on Szczesny. You want to guess Danilo?
Danilo, in my opinion, 6.
5.5. He said. De Ligt?
When he played as midfielder, if I can comment.
Yeah.
When he played as midfielder, I think he didn't do that well. He was a bit lost.
Out of condition as well, because he was really tired. Don't forget, he had a small injury versus Atalanta before the game. He didn't play there. So he came also from the final of Coppa America. So it makes sense. 5.5. De Ligt, he gave a 6, and Bonucci a 6, and Alexandro a 6. So the 3 of them a 6. Do you agree there, or you see a peak or in one of them? Or a disaster?
Maybe. No. I agree. Generally speaking, I agree. Maybe De Ligt a point more. I saw De Ligt a little bit better than Bonucci today. Bonucci was a little bit distracted in the second half. I think that if I have to consider all the defensive sector of our team, De Ligt was the one that went out of the game later than the others. It was the one that kept kept focused more let's say, during the game. So maybe De Ligt half point more.
I'm trying to also
1.5
see
for
the
Szczęsny.
votes of the people. Alexandro 4.5. I think that today
No, I think
I'm not a big
yeah.
fan of Alexandro, but today I didn't see him making mistakes. For me, he did quite okay. Mistondelli is giving 1.5 to Szczęsny, but the difference between a 3 and a 1.5 is really thin.
It's really small. It's not 1.5. That's the
Uh,
thing.
if you go to the midfield, he gave Quadrado 7, Bentancur
Yeah.
7, Ramsey 6, Bernardeschi 6.
Bernardeschi maybe half point more.
You can't give Quadrado and Bentancur the same score.
It's exactly. I think it's a little bit too much for Benta. 6.5 for Benta is fine. Ramsey 6.
Yeah.
Bentancur 6.5. Quadrado 7. And Bernardeschi you can do 6 or 6.5.
Before going to the strikers and the bench players, Gio is saying, we could have had Donnarumma, the next Zoff or Buffon. Yes, he had a high salary, but we would have gotten him for free. He's already worth 100 million euro. I saw already a lot of people saying, Szczęsny out, we missed Donnarumma. I have my personal opinion. It was one of my dreams, Donnarumma. I would probably have, if I had to choose one from the national Italian team, I would have gone for Donnarumma. More than Locatelli. We needed Locatelli, but Donnarumma, you are secure for 20 years.
Yeah.
There is a why. There is always a why. And it's an unfortunate moment. But you think you agree with Gio?
You know, Beppe, this is very funny because I was waiting for this moment. I didn't expect to happen at the first game. At the first mistake of Szczęsny, everybody would have fired this. Oh, Donnarumma would have been much better. Yes, let's not forget that also Donnarumma makes mistakes.
Oh yeah.
We are too biased from the Euro Cup. The Euro Cup was amazing, and we saw amazing players. Playing in a team is a different story, and if the club made this decision, I think there is a very solid motivation, a very solid reason. Because, of course, we say, I'm not a fool. I know that Donnarumma is a young player and he's an amazing goalkeeper, but he has a lot of flaws as well to work on. He still has a lot of improvements he needs to make. Would have been a great situation and opportunity for us to buy Donnarumma. But exactly, let's not overrate Donnarumma, and let's not forget that in the moment in which you buy Donnarumma, then you have to sell Szczęsny, and you have a goalkeeper who earns 7 million a year. These are aspects that the club has to look at. And from the market point of view, then it would have been very, very bad to have Donnarumma and not to have anybody who wants Szczęsny. The main reason was that one. We were just tricked by that, and there's nothing you can do. I agree with you guys. I agree with you, Beppe. I really wanted Donnarumma. He's a free agent transfer for a goalkeeper like him. Incredible opportunity. But then you have to sell a goalkeeper like Szczęsny, who is 30 years old, 31 actually, and also earns 7 million a year.
You know, I was all in for Donnarumma because of the tradition of Italian keepers, because he's great. I don't forget that in Italy, the Milan fans, but also other supporters, they were calling him at a certain moment Paperumma, because in a season he makes like 2 or 3 big mistakes. A bit like Szczęsny did today. Standard since he was 16 until now, that is 22. Once a season, you make like three kind of these mistakes. But I would have done it without any hesitation. It's true what you say. We saw him at the Euro. He was fantastic and probably better than his normal level. But I would have gone for him because he's young and he has the potential to be the number 1. That's what I believe. Yeah. Now, we have to understand that at a certain moment that if nobody wants to buy Szczęsny, what do? You can't have a goalkeeper like Szczęsny on 7 million plus Donnarumma on 10 with Chesney on the bench. You can't because it's too expensive, especially if we saw the only two men that we bought today are Locatelli for free, 2 years of loan for free with a 3 million salary. We don't even pay him like we would not have paid Donnarumma, but Donnarumma you pay the agent, and Caio Jorge, that I don't even know how many he's earning. I believe 1.5 million euro salary.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah.
So we had no money to do that kind of operation without or Ronaldo leaving or Chesney. One of both. Thank you, Gio. I will check because we received some messages and I don't want to miss any of them, especially not the one of Mayan who's saying Chesney 0. But let me check the other message that we received. We received one from Mohammed, and I hope I didn't miss, guys. I hope I didn't miss. No, I didn't miss one. Mohammed was saying, can we say that we will have different results if we have top midfield player ready on the pitch or just individual mistakes? What is your with the people we have today? Because I know that McKennie is on the papers, on every paper, maybe an exit or not. We don't know if it's a rumor or not, but with the player we have today, and then I will come back to McKennie and I will ask the chat as well. With the players that we have today, what's your ideal 3-man midfield? If they are all fit, of course.
Yeah, I go very straight on this. Locatelli, McKennie, Rabiot.
Yeah, I have the same.
Locatelli as a deep lying playmaker, Rabiot as a left mezzala, McKennie as a right mezzala, and you can alternate McKennie with Bentancur, Rabiot with anybody, with Bernardeschi or Ranocchia, and Ramsey with Locatelli, waiting for Pjanic.
And you believe, because I believe that the qualities are there with Rabiot, McKennie, and Locatelli. Locatelli is able to play with long passes, and today I saw a lot of long passes. But even more, because this time it's not only Bonucci that is able to do it, but or Dybala, because today the long passes, they came. You clearly see that Allegri asked if we can do long passes, but they came from Bonucci or from Dybala coming back to do the long passes.
Dropping back,
And doing that, that means that he's not there anymore. So if we have a Locatelli, you don't need to lose a Bonucci from the back. You don't need to lose a Dybala from the front. You will have a Locatelli that is able to open it. So I believe that he can do it.
The point, Beppe, is just that we cannot rely on Locatelli for the whole season. It cannot be just one player. So Locatelli is in the lineup. Maybe Ramsey is a good backup for him. Maybe yes, maybe not. If not, you have to find a good backup, because that's what happened today. Today we were very unlucky because Rabiot is injured, Artur is injured. Let's not forget about Artur, and McKennie was disqualified. But of course, today I agree with one of the messages that you showed before that was saying that, yeah, it's true, individual mistakes, but also we had no midfield in the last 25 minutes.
I agree.
We were so open. We were completely disrupted in the middle. With Locatelli, I think we will see very good stuff.
Yeah, a Rabiot that is able to go to the left and also to play and help with counterattacks. And with a McKennie that when we are in possession of the game, he will not be the one that goes up with the ball, but will be the one that will help to put density in the box, because he's really great also with a header and to catch the ball. There is one thing that is really hard today for me, Alessio. I will show you. I hope you can see it, but I will show you the video of the goal after Ronaldo scored. And I think it's disgusting that they disallow it just for that reaction on the Juventus channel. Guys, if you don't know, I'm on the Juventus channel for the match reaction. I think that we will do a few games in Serie A, if not everything. Look, I think it's disgusting that they disallowed it.
Locatelli is trying to take the ball, he's not able to take the ball, but Chiesa, Federico
I did the same. Oh my god.
Believe in it! The first game of the season is a thriller! The first game of the season is a thriller! With a 3-2! I stopped now.
Incredible. I swear, Giuseppe, I swear I did the same. I drank some water and then I threw the bottle. I threw the bottle on the sofa. I was completely out of mind. I was completely out of mind. I kicked everything in the room. It was crazy. It was really crazy. Such a pity for the offside.
I I think you are not allowed to disallow a goal like that. After Alessio and myself, we had the same reaction. The thing is, I did it on the Juve channel.
That's nice. That's nice.
And
It's
now
gonna
it
be
will
fun.
remain like that. I don't know if Juve will let me enter again Twitch after this kind of reaction, but I told them because we did Juventus Atalanta friendly game. I was happy when we scored, but it's not the same.
Just
If you are giving me a 96th minute winner of Cristiano Ronaldo, uh,
My God. Yeah,
eh,
it was crazy. I went crazy as well. Also, Chiesa did the assist. It was perfect. It was just perfect. But I had the sensation that something was wrong. After I had that reaction, then I stopped
yeah,
because I saw that not everybody was celebrating. And then I thought, okay, something is wrong here. Such a
I
pity.
saw at a certain moment. I opened my eyes and I saw on the screen. I saw VER,
Yeah.
and I said, I see it's wrong. It's wrong. My friend Morten is saying, I have missed your reaction, Beppe. But Morten, don't forget, go on Juventus Twitch. Hopefully next time we can celebrate a real win, because that would have been epic. Now I can't clip it because it's a goal that doesn't
But
exist.
save it. Save it. You know,
And when can I
you
post
will,
it?
no, just throughout the season, it's just to give us some hope. It's
Mamma mia.
amazing. It's amazing to see the live reactions of you, Giuseppe, but also live reactions of all of us. These are the emotions of football. Such a shame that the VR disallowed it, but these are the emotions of football. But for the next one versus Empoli, I do really hope that we will be in control and we will win very, very, very easily, because now we need to find some certainty.
I agree. This is just a glimpse what a star player could do. Uh, Somyadev, I don't know who you are speaking about. Uh, if it's Ronaldo that you are speaking about, I think that we don't need any glimpse of Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is Cristiano Ronaldo. Though the people that are doubting his qualities, I think they are not really objective. We don't need any proof of Cristiano Ronaldo today in the game, and there are also the whys, because we knew if he didn't play Thursday, it was because it was out of condition. He was not in great shape, but then he's able to do that kind of goals. Unfortunately, it was offside.
But Beppe, can I ask you,
Of course.
how about the marks of Romeo concerning the strikers?
What? Can you repeat? I didn't hear it.
Romeo, how about the
We
marks of
forgot. We
Romeo
forgot. We
for the
forgot.
strikers?
It's
Yeah,
true.
because we stopped at the midfield.
It's true. Paulo Dybala, 7.5. Morata, 6. I will tell you immediately the subs as well. Chiesa, 6. Kulu, 5.5. Didn't play well today.
Yeah,
Ronaldo, 6. Chiellini, 6. Locatelli without vote, of course.
yeah, yeah. I agree with all of them.
Yeah, that.
Maybe Morata a little bit less than 6. I think Morata 5.5. He was in good shape today. Maybe Dybala, we can give him 8. It was incredible.
It's because it's your favorite player.
No, it's not my favorite player, but it's one of my favorite players. That's true.
I know you. But
Yeah. I
no,
like
I
Dybala.
don't know if you were able to see or not. I made a video the 14th of July. It was the first training. I said it will be the year of Dybala. And you know that I'm not the biggest fan tactically, yeah? Because you know the man I love, Dybala, is in my heart, Pucirigio, but tactically I had some questions. This year I said it will be his year, and he's confirming it because today, mamma mia. By the way, I will ask MVP, even if it's obvious according to me, but I want to see how many people will vote other people. Alessio, tell me the 4 people that entered the poll for MVP. Dybala, you already said, and it makes sense.
Okay, Dybala,
Quadrado,
Quadrado.
yeah. Chesney.
Oh, let me think. Just no. Can we also put Udinese players or just Juventus?
No Udinese players.
No Udinese players. Okay,
By the
so
way,
Dybala.
Delofeu changed the game.
I wanted to suggest Delofeu.
He changed the game.
He changed the game, Delofeu. That's why. Anyways, Dybala, Quadrado. Then I want to say it's hard to find other 2 people. Maybe
Let's see what the chat is saying about 2. Give me 2 other names. Wait, I will try to. There are no other players except of Pinsoglio that should be first goalkeeper. Absolutely. Bentancur was good, so let's put Bentancur.
Bentancur.
Okay, Bentancur, and then Chiellini, Alexandro, Ramsey, Danilo, Szczesny, Alexandro, De Ligt, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bonucci.
No, these are the players.
Now I'm trying to read who has the most votes, but it's I think okay. Let's go with 3 this time. We don't have more.
Yeah, we don't have more. I was suggesting Delofeu because you really changed the game. We have to be fair, but Juventus wise, we can put also Chiesa if we want it, right? But I mean, either Chiesa or Danilo.
You want to put Danilo? Let's put Danilo. Okay, we have 4 players. Okay. I'm not even curious. I think I already know.
Yeah, for me it's so obvious.
Yeah, but it can be a fight. I'm curious to know how many votes Quadrado will have. Because
Quadrado played a very good match.
Hey, by the way, what is the result of the other game? I didn't even check.
They were 3-2 for Bologna, playing 10 versus 10, and Bologna was 1-0 down and 2-1 down.
They had 2 red cards, Bologna, at the end.
2 at the end.
At the 88, another one, yeah.
Okay, so, I didn't follow anymore.
So let me read the scores. Bologna 3, Salernitana 2. With actually, Bologna was losing at the 70th, and then they scored at the 75th and 77th. Bologna. Then we have the other games, 2-2 Udinese Juve, we know. At the moment, Napoli Venezia 0-0 after 45 minutes with a red card for Napoli. Osimhen.
Wow, but that's a big news.
I hope it's something really harsh so that he get 2 games of suspensions.
Yeah, because it's against us.
Yeah. Roma 1, Fiorentina 0. Fiorentina red card. Dragovski, the goalkeeper, at the 17th minute. Mkhitaryan scored at the 26th. So it was not even a penalty foul. I don't know what happened. Roma. You want to finish, Alessio, you want to finish with some predictions about Serie A with surprises? Who your top 4?
Yeah, I can start with the surprises.
Okay.
Despite the current results, I think that Roma, we have to be careful about Roma, Lazio, because I think the Lazio with Sarri will be quite dangerous. And let's not underestimate the Napoli with Spalletti. But for me, the surprise will be Roma with Mourinho.
In a positive way or
in
a
negative
negative?
way? In a positive way. Yeah, I think they can do very good.
What is your top 4? So let's see.
My top 4.
How far your surprise can go?
Okay, in my top 4, for sure I have to put Juventus, Atalanta, and Inter.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this order.
Juventus, Atalanta, Inter. And
Yeah.
fourth, Roma.
And fourth, Roma.
I've put...
I'm undecided because Milan, there is also Milan. But I would say Roma.
I will read also some prediction from the people, some ranking. I said Juve, Inter, Napoli, Roma.
Atalanta out of the top 4.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's a good one.
Not after yesterday, before the game of yesterday. So it's really without knowing that they would, but they always start slowly, Atalanta. So, but that was my prediction. Yeah, I don't underestimating
because
yeah,
that Atalanta is one of the few teams that continued with the same coach and mostly with the same players.
Yeah,
they just changed the goalkeeper with another good one and Romero with Demiral. So I don't know. I was putting Atalanta in the top 4 just because Atalanta gave a little bit of continuity to the project, But I'm curious to see to understand your opinion about Atalanta. Why do you think Atalanta will finish out of the 4?
I will explain you, but first I want to say again, thank you to Habe who is participating and giving actually really good takes. I love to read. He's saying Dybala MVP, that chest control and far post shot, it was really great. 30 minutes of invisible midfield. With Danilo, Kulu, and Benta, it's true because we were so unorganized and it's too much. 30 minutes. I agree with that. Love you, Beppe and Alessio. No, love you, Abai. Because today, that's what I love.
Thank you.
The comments that are balanced, positive, negatives, but balanced. And still after a loss, because I call it a loss, for me it doesn't exist draw. It's you win or you lose. That we are able to understand and analyze the thing. And I was super proud of the community because it was not 100% or 80% with only negatives. We had really a balanced community. I really love that. The MVP is quite easy. 79% voted for Dybala, Cuadrado 16%, 3% Bentancur, 3% Danilo. So it was obvious that Dybala would win.
Yeah.
But 16% for Cuadrado, it was not bad. So why Atalanta out of the top 4? I think it's because of the other teams more than them. You know what I mean? Because Roma will not have the Champions League to compete with. They will have that special competition that nobody wants to play in.
League. Yeah.
So I believe that they will be really soon out to focus there on Serie A. Inter underestimating for a lot of people because they lost 3 players. I think they will finish second. I'm really curious for Inter to see Simone Inzaghi when he will have to manage in the winter the 2 competition in moments of difficulties.
That's the point. That's why I put Inter third.
Yeah.
Because with Lazio, he always showed this.
Yeah.
That with the double competition, he suffers a little bit.
And I've put, so Roma, I already told you, and Napoli, I don't know. This is really without any explanation because they both, nobody except of Juan Jesus, and it's not even a great player. I don't know. It's like, sometimes you have a feeling. Napoli.
So now, can you repeat your top 4?
Juve. Inter. Napoli, Roma.
Napoli, Roma. It's interesting. For me, Napoli will be one of the surprises, but for the Europa League. A battle for the Europa League with Milan. Let's not underestimate Lazio.
No. I agree. And
Lazio has a good midfield if Luis Alberto stays.
I was curious to see the midfield with the players they had adapting to Sarri. I didn't see the game, to be honest, because I saw the other game. I saw Atalanta.
Me too. Torino Atalanta. Yeah.
So I can't really judge how quick they were in adapting to him. But wait, I need to answer one message. One second. So I'm curious to see how they will continue to believe in the project, but we know that Sarri is not a bad coach, and probably Juventus was too big for him, for players with ego that didn't want a rigid coach that said do A, and you do A, you do not B. While in a Lazio, in a Napoli, players are a bit more keen to really listen.
To follow you, yeah.
So
it's gonna be interesting.
And finish with one more question. You told me Juventus will win, so that's fine. One more question. Who will be the surprise player of Juve?
I go with the flow. I don't even think about it. And after tonight, you would say Dybala, but for me, it's not a surprise because Dybala is this one.
Okay? I understand.
So I answer Rabiot.
Yeah?
For me, Rabiot will be the one that will show the big gap in a positive way with respect to the past 2 seasons with Allegri. I think it's the perfect mezzala for him. So my answer, big surprise, would be Rabiot. Also because he can be deployed in different positions. He showed with France he can play also on the left. I think Rabiot will really surprise. I hope he will come back from his injury very soon. So the question mark is the injury. But I would say, despite my heart says McKennie, I want to say Rabiot.
People are saying Caio Jorge. I don't think he will play much. Locatelli. Bentancur. I saw a few times Bentancur as a surprise, impressing me a lot. We have some words of Allegri. When we have players on the opposite side, we have to attack space quickly. I didn't even see the words of Allegri. I need to see them. Just on that one, Alessio, because Ninip was saying it and now Pulstone. Why was Mandzukic there?
That's a big question mark. When I saw him, I was like, Mandzukic is here. Oh my God. I don't know. I think he retired.
Yeah. I think it would be more for Udinese than for you.
More for Udinese than for us. Yeah. It can be for Udinese.
But pay attention, because don't forget that the love of Allegri and Mandzukic.
That's true, but let's not make the mistake to to rely on the past. Also, Allegri stressed this point several times. We don't need to think about the past. We have to think about the present.
I agree. So Pjanic, you want him back or not?
Pjanic is a different thing because because he's a need. Pjanic is a need, and he's still 31. And if it is a free agent, I think it would be a loan. I think it would be a free loan from Barca. If these are the conditions, I don't see why we shouldn't. As a backup from Locatelli, and then we see what to do with Ramsey. In our conditions, one like Pjanic, I think is more necessary than any other other player.
He can unlock Locatelli, yeah. He can unlock Locatelli. Yeah. That's a fact. Alessio, we did 1 hour and 8 minutes. I'm live since maybe 5 hours today.
I saw you on Juventus. You did really, really well. Guys, we have really to praise Giuseppe because on Juventus, he was live alone in the pre-match. During the match, I don't know how many hours you have been live. Giuseppe, you're incredible.
I did 320, something like that. 3 hours, 20. It's not easy, but you know what's not easy? I can't say I don't know, fuck you on the channel of you.
I know.
And when you are watching a game that is important, where sometimes I'm going pissed off with referee, and then I say things that after, when I'm live in the post game, I cool down, and then I always balance, because I'm always a balance that see the positives and the negatives and trying to be. But when you have the emotions of the 90 minutes, you say things that you don't even believe in, you know, and that's hard. That's hard. That's really hard, but it's fantastic.
Incredible. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
So you want
Giuseppe,
you want to
for
add
remembering.
something, Alessio, because then we are closing up, and then I will thank all the people in the chat because they were amazing today and a lot.
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank all the people in the chat because I think they behaved really, really well in the post-match, considering all the emotions that we were undergoing. And I want to close with this comment, with the hope that we will see Locatelli in the lineup in the next match, because I think he can give us a lot. And let's keep going with this. Let's cheer for Juve. Let's support the guys. And I want to remember the first half today. I want to keep focusing on the first half and to say, okay, on this first 45 minutes, we can build up an amazing, really amazing season.
Alessio, I believe it's the first time you come on this channel, because we spent a year together on Juventus, but it's the first time you come here. The door is open. I'm doing all the post games here. When you want to, you enter. I will try to post always the link. If you have no time, even if you want to enter 15 minutes, it's always nice. I love Alessio because he's able to bring me, and I believe also the chat, a bit more chill. And that's great.
Yeah, I cooled you down, right? When I entered, you were really, really angry. I was as well, but
you know what was the most difficult, Alessio, was closing on Juventus Twitch.
Yeah,
because
can imagine.
I was like, and I was closing, and then I went out to breathe,
scream.
And I came here, and I was pissed off. I was really pissed off, and then I saw your face, and I was like, grazie Alessio, grazie Alessio.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you Giuseppe for inviting me, and I'm very happy to join you anytime I can. It's a pleasure to talk about Juventus. Yeah.
Grazie J Tariq, grazie Lasciarella, Saif, Gigi Buffon that is there, grande Gigi. He made also some mistakes at Parma. I don't know if you saw the goals, but he made, because people were saying go back Buffon, he made also 2 mistakes on the 2-2. Ciao Beppe Fan, Arnan, Ninib, Adam, Pulsestone, Simon, Mohamed El Shali, El Tactico that did great, Beppe Fan, thank you. Ciao Giacomo, Ciao a tutti, ciao, arrivederci, ciao, forza.